All right, welcome to Sports Talk. I'm your host, Nathan Herman. Alongside with me, we have John Dean, Sean Lawrence, and Joseph Dibb. So tonight, we have two NBA games on the slate, Celtics and Sixers. That series is 2-2. And then we also have Nuggets and Suns. That series is also 2-2.
Yeah, okay. A
So,
couple
so
good
let's go,
games. Couple
Sean.
good games.
Sean, what are your predictions for this game?
I've been saying this too. I think the Suns are the most talented team left in the playoffs. I think they're gonna win game five.
That's
It's a
true.
must-win game for them because
Must
both
win? I don't know
teams,
about must win, but
both teams have
No,
only
it's
won
a
at
must
home.
win because it's game 5. It's like 3-2.
Yeah,
It's
and
like,
both teams have only won at home so far in the series. I don't see them winning the series. They have to win. They have to win game five. They have,
now
and I got Suns and
No,
seven.
I kind of agree with that because I feel like Denver right now they're kind of in they're kind of a mix because Jokic, like yesterday in the game, he was kind of having a little bit of trouble with his like teammate chemistry, right, in the huddle.
yeah,
And
yeah. Yeah, you got really mad at them.
he got really mad at the other guys. And so I feel like now's the time for the Suns to really like come out and make a huge impact,
But
right?
you know
Like
it's gonna be vital.
you
It's
got
gonna be
Booker,
vital.
you got KD and DeAndre Ayton, the big three. Those
Yes,
guys
sir.
got to come out and they got to play big time, you know?
But the thing is, they're missing Chris Paul, and he's been a closer for them. I don't know if you guys watched the end of game two, specifically the fourth quarter. Their pace was terrible, and they had the game in the bag. They were up at the start of the fourth, and then they just completely fell apart.
Yeah,
Um,
but
I'm
I'd
talking
say
about
But again, this is when Kevin Durant, I'm a big Kevin Durant fan, right? This
yep.
is when he comes up big, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant. You also got DeAndre Ayton. He's a rebound machine. He's a defensive machine.
But DeAndre Ayton actually got taken out at crunch time, John, because coach didn't
oh,
trust him.
yeah, he's not a good
yeah.
defender. He's
All
Coach,
right,
not.
I gotta disagree with Sean and John on this game. I think the Nuggets are gonna handle their business at home, and I see them winning by at least 6 points tonight.
ooh.
And like they're just like one of the best teams at home all season. They only have 7 losses, but for the Nuggets to win this game, they're gonna need a big game from Michael Porter Jr. We've seen it this entire series. This guy cannot come up in the clutch, really. He's
That's
only had
true.
one
They
game
have
over
other
20
closers. They
points.
got Jamal Murray.
No, I see what you're saying. I mean, Jokic is leading the Nuggets in rebounds, assists, and points, right? So he's kind of putting the team on his back.
He
I feel
is, he
like when
is.
he's getting taken out of the game, the Nuggets can't do as much. So that's why I got the Suns.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, Jokic is gonna have his big game tonight. I see him going for 30 points,
No,
probably maybe
He
a
had a
triple
big
double.
game last game. He had 53 and 11.
Yeah,
Nate,
and they still lost.
Nate,
That's
I would
why.
disagree
Exactly.
with you.
You know,
I think
But
Jokic can
you
actually
also have to
attack
bring
him.
up Jokic's defensive struggles. It's been prominent throughout the whole series. It's not even, they take advantage of him every time he gets in
Yeah.
a mismatch on a
His pick
pick
and roll defense is not good. So when DeAndre
And-
Ayton gets in that pick and roll, they're feasting.
Yeah. It's
But
it's
Nate,
a struggle for them in the playoffs.
Nate, for your point of Jokic can have a good game, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. I think Monty Williams is gonna put together a defensive plan to double team him and force him outside of his post playmaking.
Yeah, Monty Williams is a good coach, which I could definitely see that happen. So if he gets double teams, he's gonna have to kick it out, and you're gonna need like guys like Porter and Caldwell Pope and Murray to knock down those threes.
What about the game that's gonna happen earlier, 7:30,
The
Celtics
7:30
76ers?
Celtics.
That's good. I think that'll be a
Sixers.
better game, honestly. I feel like the Celtics are gonna end up coming away with it, but I feel like it's gonna be a really close, intense game.
Okay, so you think Celtics are gonna win here, John, and then win the
Yes.
series?
Hey, don't forget it's in Boston, so the atmosphere is gonna be pretty intense as
It is
well.
in Boston.
The thing with me today is both the games, the series are tied. It's 2-2. It's game five. It's the most pivotal game of the series for both teams. This is like a must-win game for both teams, especially for the Suns because they're going to be away, and especially for the 76ers. I think if the Celtics and Nuggets, if they're both able to win today, you can just call the series a wrap because just based off sheer talent that both teams have. I mean, what do you guys think? What do you guys think?
Well, I actually thought if the 76ers won today, then the series is over because I don't see the Boston going into Philly in game 6 coming out
Yeah,
alive.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But because it's in Boston tonight, that's why I feel like,
Yeah.
they're gonna have the edge.
And also, I didn't think I would say this, but I think the MVP has to step up. I think he's been slacking. I think he's been bailed out by
He's
Harden.
been taking way too, if you guys have been watching to it, he's been taking way too many plays off, especially on the defensive end.
Yeah.
I
And he's
think Embiid is a
also
very overrated defender solely because of that. He takes way too many possessions off. He's not even like the best shot blocker. He's not that agile. He's not that, he's not that explosive. He doesn't make too many plays on the defensive end.
also in game 4, it looked like Al Horford just figured him out. It looked like he was reading everything he was gonna do. He had like 5 blocks that game. It just looked like Embiid could not do anything. But Harden, had his 40
So you
piece.
think you think that you think Embiid is in a little bit of an MVP slump, is what you're saying, right?
Well, personally, I didn't think he should have even won it in the first place, but yes.
Due to, I would say, here's my take on it. Due to voters' fatigue, Jokic, there's no way he would have won 3 times in a row. There's no way. Like,
It
Why
was
not?
all voters
even
fatigue.
because of how, even just based off sheer skill and like, he's everything to the Nuggets. Like that,
He is.
everything they do is ran around.
That's exactly why I think the Suns have a chance to really come out here today and
Yeah.
just destroy the Nuggets.
Yeah, well, they're gonna need to.
I mean,
But Chris Paul again, I think Chris Paul, he's been receiving a lot of hate. I've been seeing so much hate on him. Like, the Suns
Yeah.
are better without him. But again, the pace is so much different when he's not playing. Even though he slows down the pace, it kind of helps when you're playing the Nuggets because the Nuggets, they're not like an insanely paced, like a high, fast paced team. I think Chris Paul could definitely help. And, even though his role has lessened since KD has joined the team, he's still like very important.
but
And they don't have the best point guard depth.
yeah, but I will say Devin Booker has done a great job filling Chris Paul's shoes. He's been a very good facilitator.
Yeah,
He's averaging, I think, like over 8 assists this series. He's been really good.
I mean,
Well-
Devin Booker is a playoff machine, right? He's been in the finals before.
Yeah.
He knows how to play, right, in the playoffs.
Yeah, he's definitely a playoff performer.
he
I
stepped
think the
up his
Suns-
last 2 games. He's had crazy efficiency. He's been good throughout the whole playoffs. I think he's averaging over 30 throughout the whole playoffs, and
definitely.
it's impressive.
Yeah, and Kevin Durant. I mean, I had
been
questions
tough.
about him those first 3 games, man. He was struggling, but
Yeah,
game 4
he's been
stepped it up.
He has been struggling, yes.
And I think game 5, I'm expecting him to be in the leading scorer and leading them to victory.
Yeah, it's KD. He's
They need
clutch.
But one of the reasons
I think
why
that's
the
going to be the
Suns
key. In my opinion, the key is going to be if KD can step up game 5, they're going to win because they've still been able to be like neck and neck with the Nuggets, like even with KD struggling just because of Booker and KD. It's gonna need to be a time where he's just gonna be like, okay, I need to step up. If they're down at any point in the game, he's just gonna need to find a way to get going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of the reasons the Suns did take Game 4 and back in Phoenix was mostly the shooting of Ledger Shamit. He was just killing it from the 3.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's what role players need to do in the playoffs too, because most teams they only run like an 8-man. As we get deeper too, they might only run a 7-man. So if you're someone that's coming off the bench, you're gonna need to make those big plays.
Yeah.
Like every coach that you have will tell you to stay ready, like anybody. And even though if you're only getting like 15-20 minutes a game off the bench, you still got to realize that you're able to make an impact.
Yeah, speaking of staying ready, last night,
Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker,
Lonnie
Jr.
Walker, what a great performance last
Yeah.
night.
It's when I saw him out of the rotation, even because it was after the trade deadline, and he was taken out completely out of the rotation, even leading up to the playoffs. He didn't even play much the first series versus Memphis. He missed he didn't even play game 1. He played a little bit game 2, a little bit game 3, but he's a very good player. And a lot of people forget he was a starter at the beginning of the season. He was averaging, I think he was averaging 11 on like pretty good shooting splits.
Yeah. He's a very capable scorer. They just at the trade deadline they acquired positions that he was in. He got taken out, but
Malik Beasley.
he's
I
back in
think
now.
Malik Beasley, he hasn't been, the only reason he's out on the floor is to shoot the ball, and he's
Yeah.
shooting the ball at his 3-point shooting percentage is 35%. That, if that's the only thing he's out there for. I don't know how much vital of a player he can be.
Yeah, he's not producing very well, and he's also not a great defender, which is what the Lakers right now pride themselves on. Best defense in the league, and has been showing it.
Yeah, and Lonnie Walker, he's a good defender, so I'm glad that he's
Yeah.
back in rotation.
Yeah.
And what I see is a lot of people are giving Darvin Ham not credit for these wins. I think he's actually doing a good job with managing the rotation during the games. Like he's always finding the role player that
He
can
needs
step
to
up in these
play-
big moments.
In my opinion, Jared Vanderbilt needs to be out there for like 30 minutes plus. He's been only playing him like 22, 24 minutes. That's not enough for what he brings on the defensive end. Like, especially if they're going to need him to make the plays against Curry, like the rest of the series. No matter, I know they're up 3-1, but again, the series is not over. They're going to need to,
Yeah.
even further on, there's going to be, good guard play further in the playoffs. They're going to need him for sure.
Yeah, in game 4, he only played 11 minutes, which is very, very low
Yeah.
for him.
Yeah, it's very tough to get like minutes in when you like the Lakers. They used to be not known for the depth, but since the trade, they've had so many people come in and step up. You have like guys like Reeves, who's a starter now, but like Vanderbilt, Beasley, even Troy Brown was getting some minutes this series.
I actually think Troy Brown should get less minutes this series. I don't think he's been
I've been saying this, and you mentioned Reeves. I've been saying this since the start of the season. Reeves, he already shown a lot of promise like last season. I thought he would have been a starter already this season with the amount of injuries they've had. But yeah, I'm glad he's been a starter like towards the end of the season and now in the
Yeah,
playoffs.
Nathan, how do you feel that Austin Reeves is averaging more points than LeBron this year?
Is it true?
In the playoffs? Yeah,
In the
Yeah,
playoffs?
in the playoffs, yes.
Well, like there's there's been some games like either the Lakers have gotten blown out or the Lakers have blown out the other team. So LeBron he hasn't been going full heart at the
Oh yeah, where has LeBron been in the playoffs?
So this is my take on LeBron. I think now he's gonna have to realize because he's older now, and if you guys don't notice, like similar to other players I mentioned before, he takes a lot of plays off like on the defensive end. Like he doesn't have, the amount of energy to keep up with like the most of the players around him.
So are you saying that because age is a factor, he's becoming less physically capable of doing the things he used to be able
Yes,
to?
but that's why he's now realizing he needs to accept that lesser role if they want to succeed. And I think we're going to see that a lot next season too. His role is going to decline, especially with the younger assets that they have in Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt.
I don't know if his role is going to decline, but he's going to have more support, right? I think that's what you're saying.
Yeah, his role obviously it's going to decline over the years. I know.
Well, yeah, that comes with age, but I mean like not a significant amount. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
he also comes with the
he's
younger
still going to be
players
like
that
an
they have.
all-star next year as well.
Yeah. What do you guys think of the Warriors? Because Curry, he had a 30-point triple-double, but it was not enough.
They've beaten LeBron before, so they could do it again.
I think
Sorry, Nate, but it looks like I believe in Curry. He's done before, so he can do it again. Why not?
You think there's a chance to come back from 3-1, John?
I don't.
No,
In my opinion, I don't.
Reverse. It's reverse Cavs.
The only way, because we know how bad the Warriors are on the road. They're insane at home. I think they win. I think they win game 5, but they're gonna need to win game 6 or stay. Obviously, they have to win game 6.
How crazy would it be if Curry pulls a reverse LeBron on LeBron?
That would be insane. That would be insane. What I will say about the game 4 performance, as bad of a shooting game it was for Curry, I think it was might have been like his best passing game of like his whole career. He was
Yeah,
making
but-
unbelievable passes that game.
Mhm.
I think if the Warriors want to come back and win this series, they're gonna need some more from the role players. Like you see Curry, he's obviously doing his thing almost every game.
Oh, Nate, sorry to interrupt you, but we have another host here, Rami.
Oh,
We only have 5 minutes left. Can you add
oh,
more?
we got Rami Shawa. Welcome to the show.
You ruined it.
As in,
Just
like,
edit that part out. Edit that part out. Also,
I
say
got,
this.
I mean, have you guys been doing
Nate
anything?
doesn't know how to edit things
Yes.
out.
Rami, we were literally talking for like 30 minutes.
Restart.
No,
No.
not restart.
You
Just
need to
I'll
add
edit
more
it out.
time. Nate, add more time.
You can because
yeah, also-
we gotta make a new meeting.
Also, what is up with the Zoom thing? Why
I
does
know, you
Zoom
gotta-
only take 40 minutes?
What, you have,
Here, all
why is
right,
it-
hey, just
why
end
is
it
there
here
a
and make a
time-
new call.
there's a time limit?
Yeah, they
Why
I
is
don't
there
know
a time
why.
Yeah, I don't know why
Is
Zoom
it,
is a time.
is it like a premium thing you need to buy?
Yeah, you need Zoom Premium now, which is bullshit.
That's horrible, bro.
All right, so welcome Rami Shawa to the show.
Now you Nate.
So John, what are your thoughts on this Warriors Lakers series, and who do you think will step up for Curry?
So looking at the numbers, I feel like the Warriors can definitely come back. I feel like LeBron has been kind of underwhelming in this series, right? I know Curry has had plenty of playoff experience, finals experience. He's definitely been LeBron plenty of times before. He can do it again. I trust in Curry.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I just
have to
gotta
disagree,
disagree with you
you know,
because
Nate,
like
I
LeBron-
disagree. I got
Hey,
Lakers.
to be fair, I think you were a little biased here, but I'm gonna
No,
let you
here's my
talk.
take. I got Lakers. They're winning game 5 or game 6. I'll give Warriors game 5, but I think Lakers close it out. I think they're gonna win game 6. So
yeah, I gotta agree with Sean on this one.
I mean, I
The-
got
the
Lakers.
Lakers are gonna come out flat in game 5, and they're just not. They probably won't bring their whole.
Yeah, I don't
effort.
think the Lakers will be ready right away, but I think they'll be able to close out.
so
You guys will see what I'm saying on the screen too. Warriors, they're terrible in away games. It's
Yeah,
shown time and
they're
time.
11 and 30 on
again.
away.
They're very good at home though. That's why, yeah, I think they're gonna win game 5.
Also, we gotta talk about someone on the
Look
Warriors.
at
We
the
gotta talk
numbers.
about this guy.
It's very
This
guy right
unrealistic.
He only played 10 minutes. He missed all 4. You know,
Jordan-
I think
he
he's
has
getting a lot
been-
of hate, but
Jordan Poole's been
That's right.
he
atrocious.
hasn't been good in the playoffs so far. I think Steve Kerr should just take him out of the rotation.
Very uncharacteristic for big time players like Klay Thompson to shoot 3 for 11.
Yeah,
That's
Clay had a
good.
really bad game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
that's very uncharacteristic for him.
I want to say, yeah, I think Jordan Poole should be taken out of the rotation. He hasn't played good at all in the playoffs.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think Moses Moody is actually better than him right now in the series, even
Been
though
playing, yeah, he's been playing good. I like Moses Moody's role. I think, next year I think his role will exceed to where he could even be a starter. If they like what they're doing here with this rotation, AD, it doesn't really matter who's guarding him because he's always either 100% or 50%. He sometimes he'll give you everything, sometimes he'll give you nothing. But he'll always be good on defense. Like any game, he'll always be a presence on defense. It's just his offensive end. It's always on or off.
And for the Warriors to come back, they're going to need more from Klay Thompson, obviously. You're playing 41 minutes and you only scored 9 points. Like,
Yes.
you need to bring Klay
Mhm.
back to his, 2018 days when they were when
Yeah,
the Warriors
before
were
you mean
scoring
before
13s.
before his injury, right? Yeah. Let's
But still, like,
let's ask D Rose to go back to 2011. All right, go into the Lakers.
Difference.
The thing
Hey,
that's-
Klay
Now,
Thompson kept playing. Hey, no, listen. Klay Thompson kept playing at a high level after his injury. Okay, D Rose is
not
good,
the same,
but
not the
he's not
same level.
Klay Thompson came back to that same type of energy, same type of
D
playmaking.
Rose, it could never be the same.
Dero. Anyway, so the other game
Sorry-
was this
sorry,
game,
Sean.
The Knicks Heat game. Now, surprisingly, the Heat go up 3-1 as an 8 seed. This is
I'm not surprised.
It's not
Knicks
that
don't-
surprising.
The Knicks, they don't deserve to be here. I was surprised. I wasn't too surprised that they beat the Cavs in 5, but I thought they would have beat the Cavs in 7. And the Bucks, they would have swept the Knicks for sure. Like, the Knicks and Randall,
Not
Randall has not
swept.
played good at all. He has not played good at all.
I mean,
He's been
Randall had a
terrible on the defensive end.
Bam's matched up against him.
He's been terrible on the defensive end. Look at that, 6 turnovers. He has
6 turnovers. He fouled out this
assists and
game.
6 turnovers. He fouled out.
Josh Hart fouled out in 22 minutes.
That's why Randall, he's been taken out of the game like towards down the stretch of games. He's out of New York. I think
Yeah, and,
he's not staying in New York. He's done.
Also,
Yeah.
Really? What do you
That's a
think
hot.
of-
That's a hot take.
It's not hot.
Victory's leaving.
That
He
is
doesn't
a
even
hot
like
take.
New York. He does not like New York. He
That's a
doesn't
hot
like
take.
playing in the
'cause
Garden.
Where else
Wait,
would he
is
go, Sean?
contract up?
Where do you think he would end up if
I
he
think
left?
Any
he's gonna get
team would
traded.
snatch him up.
He's still on his contract, but I see him getting traded.
But it's also it's a pretty big it's almost a max contract. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think it's worth it.
The problem with the New York Knicks last night, I don't know if you guys watched.
I don't
the whole
know.
game, but
I don't know if
in the fourth quarter they were just getting out hustled. Like if you look at the offensive rebound comparison in that quarter, I don't think the Knicks got any. The Heat, it seemed like they were getting one on like every possession.
I
And
mean,
they were
yeah, that's what
burning the
Randall said
clock.
after the game. Randall said after the game, it seems like they wanted it more. Yeah, no shit. I mean,
Can
you
you
gotta
scroll
gotta
down to
try
Kyle
too.
Lowry? Yeah, those
Kyle
are good
Lowry
numbers.
has been. I don't.
Yeah,
I still don't know why he doesn't start over Gabe Vincent. Maybe they like him better.
He's been better off the
honestly, I
bench.
think I
Been better
thought
off
like he outscored him. Right? I mean, sorry, no, he didn't outscore him. He
But
he got more minutes than him off the bench.
I think here's my opinion. They're not going to be able to, I think they will beat the Knicks, but I don't see them making it to the finals just because they're Gabe Vincent is not a good point guard in the league. He has, I believe he has the third worst true shooting percentage in the NBA. I mean, you can see this game, he shot 1 for 7.
He did not have a
Like
good.
he's only out there for defense.
His strength is
He's not a
shooting.
good shooter. He's not a good playmaker. So what does he bring to the table as a offensive point guard? Not much. And they're gonna need the offense in the playoffs, especially with Tyler Hero out.
Yeah, but
That's
Bam
why they have
again,
Lowry. Lowry's a good offensive player.
Lowry.
He is out there for defense too, but they
But,
like him on the bench.
I think if the Knicks need to come back, they're gonna need more from the bench. As you can see, the bench points for the Heat are just way too
Emmanuel
much
Quickly's out.
compared
Emmanuel
to the
Quickly's out. I
Knicks.
think that's going
Yeah,
to be
I
vital.
mean,
I don't know how long Quickly's going to be out for, but that's going to be a very big impact. You guys can see, bench scoring not great.
yeah. The Knicks do not have a lot of depth. They rely heavily on the starters, as you see. Most of them played 40 minutes. It's not ideal.
Going forward in the next round, if the Heat advance, which I think they will, I think Spoelstra's got to put. I think he's got to put Lowry in the starting lineup.
I don't think so.
That's what I'm
He's
saying.
better off the bench.
If it's
He's
working
better.
out like this, they should just keep it how it is.
Yeah, it's been working. Why would they switch it? I think Lowry should come off the bench for the rest of the playoffs. It's been working. Why would they? They might even win in they might even win in 5 games like they did last series versus the Bucks.
Now, Sean, with your point of the Heat that they're going to get destroyed by the 76ers or Celtics in the conference finals, I don't actually think so. The Heat.
I say they have a good shot against the 76ers. If they play the Celtics, I got Celtics in like 5. The Heat,
Because with the Heat, they're a really interesting team. They have Jimmy Butler, who's going to give you, your points and defense and whatever you need. They have Bam, great defender, can give you offense, but they have really streaky shooters that can step up, like Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Gabe Vincent. And if any of these guys end up catching fire, they're a really tough team to beat because they just have a lot of shooting.
they're not the deepest team, because we know what Heat culture is like. They have a lot of undrafted players, a lot of underrated players that go under the radar, and they, turn them into good role players. But they're gonna need them to step up too, and they have. But I don't know how long this will last. That's my point. Duncan Robinson, he's been back in the rotation with Hero out, but he still hasn't, been good. He took 8 shots in 11 minutes. So they're willing to give him the volume, but he's just not producing.
But he definitely can, because he is at least known to be a good shooter.
Personally, I have Boston in this game because it's a very intense atmosphere, right? Being in Boston, I feel like Jason Tatum has been on a roll, same as Marcus Smart. As you saw the other game, he really went off, right? I feel like they just outplayed the 76ers and they beat him in a close one.
Yeah.
It can go either way.
When you see the matchup predictor, and they actually
Yeah, see the-
heavily favor
Right
Boston.
here.
This is probably going to be the most interesting series down the stretch, along with the Suns and Nuggets, just because, I think this is probably one of the more like tightly contested series. It's going to be, we look at the Warriors and Lakers. It's been a lot of blowouts, game 1, game 2, game 3. It's been a lot of lopsided games
Yeah.
for both ways. This series has been close the whole way through. I think that it's going to have the most interesting finish, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah,
And,
Joe, can you spell
Whoever wins this series is going to the finals.
Yeah, that's my take. I love what the Heat are doing, but
I don't
I don't
it's
know if it'll
not
last.
as deep.
I don't know if it'll last. I agree with Rami. I think whoever wins this series is going to the finals.
Rami,
Yeah.
Rami, can we have a prediction on the Suns Nuggets game and series?
Well, Jokic is out tonight, right? Is he out? Is he suspended, or
No, he's
was
playing.
He's playing.
was that overturned?
I don't.
They were saying he
I-
could have been, but that would have been
Well,
dumb.
Looks like I think he got suspended, but then I heard they overturned it. But I don't know which one
No,
it is.
he didn't get suspended. He got like fined 25K or something for that.
Okay, but he is playing tonight.
He is playing.
All right, playing
And
tonight
this is
in
another one.
Denver.
I think if the Nuggets,
Chris
again,
Paul's
whoever
out,
wins
right?
this series too.
Yeah, Chris Paul's out. I think for the whole playoffs. I think.
Yeah,
What player are you talking about?
Chris Paul. He's
No,
out.
he'll be back. I
He's
think
out.
he might even
tonight.
play. He might even play some games in this series, depending on how long it will go. But
But he's not playing
I
tonight.
think whoever wins this series is going to the finals. Know,
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I think
No,
I think whoever wins here, I think they'll be able to beat the Lakers. I'm gonna be honest.
I think the
Now
Lakers.
the Warriors coming back, so I think whoever wins here is gonna beat the Lakers.
I think the Lakers are
They-
the best 7 seed of all time. They're definitely not like a lot. They're not definitely not a walk in the park. I think for either of these teams, they could go to 6 or 7 with the Lakers. They're really
the thing about the Lakers, they have so many options for scoring. Like you saw Lonnie Walker last night.
Yep.
The options are
Great save
endless.
too, yeah.
And so they're not. It's not like other championship years where it's all dependent on LeBron or like one other guy. They got like five. They got like 5 plus guys that can
This is a
they
very
can
different
depend on the
team.
score.
Yeah.
And they also
Yeah,
got defense
It's
too.
a definitely it's a very different LeBron team than in the
Yeah.
past.
I was saying this too.
That's
They had
the
the best.
thing.
They had the best trades at the.
It's probably the deepest LeBron team ever.
It's definitely his best supporting cast because he's not even like the leading scorer most of the games.
No,
But when LeBron, we all know that when LeBron really wants to turn it up, he definitely can. So I think he's just conserving his energy.
I think the Nuggets will probably win the series, but the next round against the Lakers, it's going to be a great series. I'd probably have it going to 7, just how Jokic has been playing. But I think the Lakers will be able to have the right game plan to stop Jokic with AD on him.
I don't
Yeah.
think people are talking about how good the Suns team is. Like with Chris Paul healthy, they have no flaws.
Yeah, and they have
seriously
KD.
have no flaws on the team.
Yeah.
They
And
got defense, shooting, scoring,
But the problem,
rebounding. I don't think they have any.
I would say their only flaw is maybe their bench, but even their bench is pretty good.
I like their bench. They got Campaign. They got Torrey
Yeah.
Craig. They got Jock Landale, and
Yeah.
they also have another backup. They also have another center on the rotation, Bismack Biyombo. And
Yeah.
he's been
Yeah,
he was vital last season too.
And they also have Terrence Ross, who they recently
Terrence
put in
Ross.
for offensive reasons because they were struggling with bench points.
I don't think they have any flaws, and I think they have I think they're gonna have the best offense in the league. I think probably to finish out the playoffs and even next season. I think they will. Especially they'll probably get better in the offseason too.
So if it is Nuggets Celtics in the finals, like we are mostly predicting, what are you guys' thoughts on that?
Bro, who's saying it's Nuggets Celtics?
I
Well,
got Suns. I got Suns. I got
Well,
Suns.
most people said the Nuggets would win the series, and whoever
I got
wins the series
Suns
would beat the
Celtics.
Lakers.
You got Suns Celtics.
I agree with John. I got Suns Celtics.
Okay, then Sun Celtics then. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, that's a good game because they both have finals experience, right?
The Nuggets don't.
But I will say,
Oh, I said Sun
Oh,
Celtics.
Suns, my bad.
and that's what I'm saying too. I think whoever wins this series, I think the Nuggets could definitely win this series. I think they're more favored to win the series, but I think a lot of people got to stop sleeping on the Suns. Like, if Chris Paul comes back, I think they could beat the Nuggets. But if Chris Paul doesn't come back anytime soon, I got Nuggets, and then I'll eventually have probably Nuggets in the finals. I don't see the Lakers.
I don't think the Nuggets get it done. I think they're about to get blown
We'll
out
see.
tonight.
But
Blown
Blown
out,
out.
really?
Yep.
I think Jokic wants that
Hot
ring.
take.
Obviously, he wants that ring, but I think it's gonna come this season. If they're able to beat the Suns.
Like I was saying earlier, the Nuggets, the Suns have got they've got help from some of their bench players. The Nuggets need some of that. They need you cannot rely on Jokic to get 50 points a game.
Mhm.
Like he had 50 points and they still lost. Like you're gonna need Michael Porter Jr.,
See,
Jamal Murray,
agree on
and
that,
Caldwell
but-
Pope to
see,
step
that's
up.
the thing. Like, I'm surprised none of you have the Lakers in the finals, except for Nate.
I got the Lakers in the finals.
I don't see it happening.
Yeah,
They're the
we know
seventh seed.
you do.
I don't
Who
see it
cares
happening.
Who cares what number
No,
seed
and
they
this is
are? It's
what's
about
gonna
how they're
happen.
playing right now.
Yeah,
They're an older team. Injuries might happen. They're two stars.
Okay, but there's
Both
nobody
injuries-
injured right now.
Yeah,
what
but
Rami's saying is
it's hard to predict
they're the
injuries.
hottest
I know
team
that.
in basketball right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like
Yeah,
since the
they've
trade
been the best
deadline,
team.
it's
I don't know
Yeah.
it's
what the
so
winning
it's
percentage
it's definitely
is.
the deepest
But
team.
we've
I'm
seen this in
surprised
the-
none of you had them in the final.
No, we've seen
Except for
this in the
Nate.
regular season playoff. I mean, injuries are gonna occur. It's just a given. And
I mean,
Lakers, they've been one of those teams that are like up
the
there.
only very impactful injury is AD. The
And
rest they can.
LeBron, D'Angelo
and
Russell had
LeBron.
injury. D'Angelo Russell had injury problems too. It's it's gonna hurt, and I think it could happen. I don't want to wish that on.
But you're basically predicting it.
you gotta
You're
factor
predicting
that
it.
in.
You're predicting an injury to happen.
You gotta factor that in.
All right,
And
let's say no. All right, let's say
I
no
still think
injuries
the
for the
Nuggets and Suns.
Lakers.
No, I still
Let's say
think the
no
Nuggets
injuries
and
for the
Suns are
Lakers.
better teams.
Even if the Lakers are injury free. That's what you're saying. You're saying they're gonna get.
No,
an
I'm
injury.
saying even if they are healthy, I still got Suns or Nuggets beating them in a 7-game series.
I think the Suns have a better chance.
Definitely not the Nuggets. Maybe the Suns.
I think Anthony Davis, the way he's playing on defense, he has been incredible
Exactly.
on defense.
Well, just his
I don't-
presence. I mean,
But-
he's been leading the playoffs in blocks. I'm pretty sure. He's been insane.
Jokic is really good, obviously, but I think Anthony Davis just counters him. He's agile, he's athletic,
He
But I was
definitely
thinking,
matches up.
AD
and he's still
takes-
tall and can block his shot, even though Jokic is like one of the highest release points in the league. I think he can still block it.
AD takes way too many possessions off. I was saying this before too. Even on the defensive end too. I know with his presence, it's sometimes enough, but with how good Jokic is, and we know how good he is, 2-time MVP, and a lot of people said, he's not as good in the playoffs, but he's been one of the best players in the playoffs, the whole way through. I think I think Nuggets are a better team than Lakers and as a whole.
Right now, Lakers, they're like nobody can stop them right now. They're just too deep.
Yeah, but look at
Suns
the
will beat them.
teams that they played so far. Memphis, they had no true starting center. Steven Adams was injured.
Yeah, Steven Adams was hurt.
And
Right.
Jaren Jackson Jr. always gets in foul trouble. They had no one to guard Anthony Davis. Look at the Warriors, same thing. They don't have size. They can't compete. And Steve Kerr got Kevon
Well,
Looney.
we knew that going
bench.
into it.
Steve Kerr got Kevon Looney coming out the bench. That's not going to work against Anthony Davis.
No,
Yeah,
because
but the
they're
thing
playing
is-
Wiggins on him and they're playing Draymond on him because they think
Yeah, Wiggins and Draymond.
They're playing Draymond on, but yeah, it's not going to work.
Probably
I don't
not.
know if the Warriors are going to try Kevon Looney off the bench again. He's got to be in the starting lineup.
I think the Nuggets, Jokic is a great offensive player, but I think he's just going to be too slow on defense for AD.
That
Not
is
the
a good
most
point.
agile
maybe.
player, and
That is true.
he's not always 100%.
That's a good point.
But no, but Jokic, you were saying this earlier, Sean. Jokic's defensive struggles have shown. So with AD, one of the best post players and one of the most like finesse players in the league, he is a matchup nightmare for Jokic.
Yeah,
I-
but again, I feel like the Nuggets, Aaron Gordon, he can help too. And KCP, he can help on the perimeter. Jamal Murray, MPJ, they're not good defenders, obviously, but they have depth. They got Bruce Brown. He can come in there, play defense. Jeff Green's played a lot so far in the playoffs.
All right, who's on LeBron?
Probably Aaron Gordon. They're probably
Yeah,
Aaron
probably
Gordon.
Aaron Gordon. They'll probably have Jokic
But
on AD.
still,
But again, I wouldn't be too concerned with AD. I think you got to be with the Lakers. You got to be because everyone's focused on LeBron and AD. That's why so many role players for the Lakers have stepped up.
Yeah.
Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker, D'Angelo Russell.
But you can't just take your eye off of LeBron and AD. You can't just leave him alone. You have to still focus on them.
I know,
because
but
they
that's
can
what I'm
still
saying. If
kill
they're
you.
gonna bring a double or like help, there's other role players on the Lakers.
Yeah.
And that. So I think it's LeBron and AD. They're gonna have to dominate against the Nuggets or the Suns.
No,
Either one.
yeah, moving on. Shams has I don't know if you guys saw this. Shams released the all NBA defensive teams.
Oh
So,
yeah.
So they're
they
right.
they got released.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing that surprised me, and I'm a Bulls fan, Alex Caruso. That was the one thing that surprised me the most. But I've been watching all the games all season long. I think it's deserving, in my opinion, at least. I don't know what you guys think, but I saw a lot of people talking about Dylan Brooks, and I was surprised too about Derek White. Personally,
Oh yeah, look at that. There's a Celtic.
I personally would not put Derek White up there.
Derek White.
Dylan Brooks, and I don't know about Caruso.
There's a Celtic. Sean.
That's my opinion.
What I'm wondering is
There's not
where
really
is Anthony
surprises.
Davis on this list?
Where's who? Nate?
Anthony Davis.
There's not really any
Why is
Anthony
surprises.
Davis?
I don't
Like
know
I was
about
saying
how-
too,
Wait.
Nate, he's not always playing 100%. He takes way too many possessions
No,
off.
I'll-
I don't like
Harden
to
is
see
like
him, but
2
that's what
blocks
I'm-
a
Where's,
game.
hey Nate, where's the compo?
Giannis wasn't even that good defensively.
Also, Nate, this is regular season, not playoffs. In playoffs,
Yeah,
I
I
think
was about to say that.
yeah,
Yeah,
playoffs.
AD would have
AD
been.
would playoffs. AD would be the DPOY, but this is regular season stuff.
Yeah,
He didn't play that much.
you can't even make an argument. He would not have been on the first team. I could see the argument for second team, but there would be too many bigs. You got to have guards in there. That's
Yeah.
why Derek
Yeah.
White is there. That's why Dylan Brooks is there.
But I mean, like,
Caruso was there. Like
yeah, but
you need them there.
I mean, Brooke Lopez having the comeback season he did, it was because he was not that good last year. He was also super injured. This year, he just came out, had a career year.
In my opinion,
It
I
was
think
very
Brook
impactful.
Lopez was more deserving of the DPOY over Jaren Jackson Jr.
There was a case for it. There was a big case for it.
Yeah, because Jaren Jackson Jr. He struggled with foul trouble, and we saw that versus the Lakers because he was the one who had to guard Anthony Davis, and he was just, that's why he's not as reliable on defense as Brook Lopez.
Rami, would you make any changes to this? Who would you replace?
I mean, first team's right. I don't know about Alex Caruso though, but I think
Caruso-
everyone else
that's
is spot
Caruso
on.
was out a lot of the year, so for him to be first team is a bit crazy.
He missed some.
Yeah,
games.
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not sure about that one. I think everything else is fine.
He
I
was
think
out for
Caruso's
a good chunk of the season.
Derek White too.
Derek, I don't know. I didn't watch a lot of the Celtics. I don't know how Derek White actually played, but I
He's
guess
a good. He's up there with Marcus Smart as like one of the better on-ball defenders. I feel like Marcus Smart is a better defender on the team, but I think he's been more relied on for his defense because Marcus Smart, he's played a big role on the offensive end this season.
speaking of Marcus Smart, why is he not here?
Yeah, I know. That's
That's
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying. I'm
saying.
saying he,
Yeah.
he could have made it over Derek White, but
Yeah,
I like how they
Marcus,
switch it up because
Yeah, one defense player of the year last year. Not even
Yeah.
on the defensive
yeah.
team. this year.
Also,
That's kinda
Robert
weird.
Williams, who was also
he
Yeah.
missed way too many
Last year?
games. He missed way too
Yeah,
many.
he was out like beginning of the year.
He missed
Yeah,
like
he-
almost half the season. Like, I don't think so. I'm
yeah.
trying to think who else. Like,
I mean, a person who's usually always here, Rudy Gobert. He's not here this year.
yeah,
That's a bad season.
he hasn't
I
been. the
think
best
we all
shot
know
blocker.
why. I think we all know
And
why.
I'll tell you guys this: a rookie that I feel like should have been considered for this, Walker Kessler. I think he
Walker
should have
Kessler,
been
yeah.
considered here. But again, they had way too many bigs here. I feel like
Yeah.
it'd be kind of hard to fit him in. If I were to put him over a big here, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind
He
of hard.
could have replaced Draymond Green.
No, I think Draymond Green was there. If you were to take a guard out for him, I would definitely put Walker Kessler over Derek White.
Yeah, but I think you have to
Yeah,
have
I can't take a
guards,
guard
though.
out. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
take a guard out.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, the
Now
positions.
they also Shams also released the all rookie team. So these are the rookie teams.
Rookie teams. I think
I agree with them. I think Jaden Ivey should have been over there over Benedict Mathurin.
Benedict Mathurin in the first half though, he was
Yeah,
insane.
Benedict Mathurin was
Hey,
for a
Jaden
long
Ivey.
time the
For-
second best rookie.
yeah, could have been almost rookie of the year if he was consistent.
Yeah,
but
at the beginning of the year, I thought that Jaden Ivey was gonna win Rookie of the Year.
Jaden Ivey looked really good at
Nah,
the
it was
end.
always
No,
gonna be
the-
Paulo. It was
The
always
only
gonna be
reason,
Paulo.
and I want to say this too, the only reason Keegan Murray is here is because he's the only
He shoots
player in the
threes.
playoffs. I know he was the only player here that was in the playoffs. That's the only reason why he was there.
But no, I mean he still had an
This-
amazing
the-
season.
He would have been second team if he was not in the playoffs. I would definitely put Duran over him.
Oh, you mean if the
Ivy-
team wasn't as good?
I would
No.
put Duran and Ivy over Keegan Murray.
So you're saying if it wasn't for the Kings' success, he'd be like out of the first
He'd be
team.
second team. No, he'd
But
be
he still showed that he was.
He
like,
was still very impactful.
He was
for the
impactful.
Kings.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
very
first two
impactful.
games, he had like the rookie, nervousness. He didn't play well, but after that, he played really well for them.
He's been very efficient too. That's what's impressive.
Yeah, I think he broke the rookie record for most threes
He
for
did.
rookie
He did.
season. That's
Now,
I
someone
could
who
see
did
it,
get snubbed. No, I'm definitely biased here, but it had to be Johnny Davis, man. Johnny Davis should have made it.
Wow, Johnny Davis.
maybe if they did like all rookie team for like last 10 games.
That guy looks like Manny Machado.
the garbage time minutes.
The one my
garbage
favorite
time
rookie-
games.
Yeah.
I will say my favorite rookie has been Jalen Williams. He's
Jalen
impressed me the
Williams,
most.
yeah.
He's impressed me the most, and he's contributed a lot to OKC's success. And I wish
He's now
Chet
definitely
was
part of that
healthy.
core. That core
I
that
wish-
they're trying to build.
I wish Chet was healthy this season. I think they would have been a playoff team, OKC for sure. No
Definitely.
true center and that kind of
Definitely.
thing. But Jalen Williams, I mean, they had him. He's a 6'5". They had him playing at the power forward as a rookie, and it was working out. And they have a very switchable team on the defensive end. They got a lot of their guards are tall. They got Luke Dort, who is an insane defender. Once Chet comes back next season, I think they'll be a playoff team.
Definitely.
Especially, I could see them getting a good free agent, some good free agent acquisitions to
Also,
help.
not to mention, they're gonna have a very high draft pick. Could get Wembanyama. Could get Scoot Henderson.
Do they have a high lottery pick?
They
speaking of the
definitely-
lottery, when is the draft lottery for the NBA?
I'm not sure. It's over the summer. I
Uh,
think
that's
the
what-
draft
like,
lottery is actually it's May 16th.
Wizards
next
fans,
week.
raise your hand if you're a Wizards fan. All right, so Wizards fan.
Me and Rami.
Let's say you guys get Victor, right?
Yes.
How many games are you gonna go to next year?
Well,
How
since I'll be in the area, I'll go to all of them.
Yeah,
I
but
will-
they'll
I will
also be
also-
At
in
least
the
10. At least 10.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Wizards
I
are
will
not
literally-
getting Victor Wembanyama.
I mean, I will
me and
literally
Dib will
be
be
a
in the
fit-
area.
I'll be a 15-minute drive from the
Yeah,
stadium.
you'll be right there.
Both Wizards
So-
fans
Yeah.
will stay in the Washington D.C. area.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I
If
would
we-
probably go to a lot.
It
I'll tell
usually
you this right now,
it
Wizards
usually
are not getting Wembanyama.
it usually never goes our way like ever. Maybe like once in a decade.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really expecting much.
But
You
I-
never know. Yeah, eighth or seventh best odds, something like
speaking
that.
of the Wizards, I'm just saying trade Beal.
Trade
You guys
Beal.
know.
Trade Beal.
You guys are stupid.
I said
for
trade Beal
signing
last
Kristaps.
year. They didn't do it, so I don't think they're gonna do it
Sign
now.
Kristaps.
I kept saying I did not want Beal re-signed. I just didn't want him re-signed. I don't know
I
why
didn't
we
want
gave
him
him that huge contract. Thank
Well,
you.
Supermax.
the thing with Beal is like most of the time he's like injured or something. He's always has like a bum ankle or something. Like he's been missing
Yeah.
a lot of time. I just don't think he's.
No,
Thank
Nerds kind of had
We're
some
getting
issues like that as well as LeBron. He's
Thank
got
God
to
we
stay
got-
healthy.
Thank God we got rid of our PM.
Hey, John, LeBron's also 39.
38.
Okay? Yeah, I know he's
38.
39. I know he's 39.
38.
Okay, so Sean, who do you think like would be the best fit that has a chance of getting Wembanyama?
Out of
Who?
everyone, the
Nate,
Spurs.
I think the
probably.
Wizards have a good shot.
Nate, it's even Nate, it's
Wait, put up
four-way
the draft
even
lottery
odds. You
odds. Put up the
can't
draft
even
lottery
say it.
The
No,
draft-
no, listen. Nate, it's four-way even odds between it's the Spurs, Rockets,
Pistons.
Hornets,
Pistons.
and Pistons.
No, but like who's gonna be like
You
the
can't
best?
predict who would, but I
He'd be
think
a big.
you're
He'd be a good
asking
fit
who
on
would be the
any
best
I
fit.
team.
think Wembanyama
I
on the
think
Pistons would be. I
Spurs.
mean,
Spurs would
the
definitely be the
Hornets would
best
be
fit.
crazy.
I think
they're-
Spurs would be the best fit.
They have no center right
The
now. Their starting
Hornets
center
and the
was
Hornets
Zach
would be
Collins.
insane.
Okay, so this is the lottery odds for this year. We
Yeah,
got
it's
Detroit.
even three-way.
Yeah,
I,
Yeah,
think,
I
I think
mean-
San Antonio would be the best fit.
yeah.
So
he-
Charlotte-
Washington, Washington.
I
Number
think
eight.
I think the Hornets would be the best fit for sure.
Yeah, I gotta agree
Hornets.
with John on that
I
one.
think they got Mark Williams. I think they're committed to him. They want, but again, PJ Washington, he could come out.
Yeah,
the
PJ
bench.
Washington.
Yeah, they could always. Wembanyama can play the four.
I mean,
That's why I don't think he'll succeed in Houston because they got Jabari Smith and they got Alperen Sengun.
Yeah,
They're
But
both
I mean,
very talented.
San Antonio don't have anybody.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm saying he should go to. I hope he goes to San Antonio, and Greg Pop will get him right. Like even though Greg Pop is going to retire soon, I think he'll get him right for his first few seasons.
LaMelo. So LaMelo and Wembanyama. I mean, that's a crazy duo right there.
That would be
That is a
interesting.
good
It
duo.
could be.
I mean that's a crazy duo, but like I think it's too good to be true.
Also,
It's
I
LaMelo,
think I think Spurs. I think the Spurs will win it.
LaMelo was very injured last season.
hope Spurs
I'm just
do.
hoping he stays healthy next year because he.
Okay.
Well, actually, I want to be. I mean,
All right, so I want to say this right now.
but Washington though, I don't see it.
No.
Yeah.
Also, Washington, it's gonna be hard to fit him in because we have Porzingis, we have Gafford, we have Kuzma.
Yeah.
We
My
have a bunch of
finals prediction: Celtics and Suns.
Interesting.
And who would win that, John, between the Celtics and Suns?
I think that the Suns will come away with it.
Right, Nate. Everyone go around. Nate.
I got the historic matchup. I got Lakers, Celtics, Lakers, and 6.
Classic.
Very. Would that be to determine who has the
Oh,
most
and
rings in
I got
franchise history?
Suns. I got Suns
That
in
would be.
7.
Yeah,
seven.
yeah. They're
They
tied
both
at
have 17 right now.
17. Yeah.
See, that would be a crazy finals. That
That would be
very tough.
crazy. That's like
Yeah, Boston, LA.
Any
I
Sean,
think-
Sean,
Two
what's your
fan
pick?
bases that hate each
I
other.
think the Heat have a good chance of making the finals. It's
Ooh.
really tricky though to say right now. I will say, I think it's hard to say.
Yeah, Rami.
I'm saying whoever
Um,
wins between Suns and Nuggets are making the finals. I don't see the Lakers making the finals. So I got Nuggets and yeah, I guess I'll go Celtics. I'm gonna go Nuggets and Celtics.
And who would win that?
Probably that would be really good. It's kind of too early to do all this right now, you know. And we got a lot of other podcasts coming up that we got to attend to. So, you know, it's kind of hard to make
Yeah.
No,
it.
that's true. That's
But-
true.
next one. We'll do schedule release definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll probably record that like Friday or something when we just schedule
For
release.
what?
Yeah.
For the NFL schedule release. No, you won't be here, but
We can do it. We can do it next Monday.
no, we're still Friday.
Friday.
And we're gonna have John on here because Ravens obviously prime time. Oh, by the way, John, what do you think of that? How many primetime games do you think we're gonna get?
I got about 4.
Oh,
Or
That's a good.
Yeah.
it's probably about right.
Most,
on my
most
end.
teams don't get more than like 5 or 6. So
The max is usually 5. I've never seen nobody get 6.
yeah,
I think it's
yeah.
or initially it's 5. Then they flex
Yeah,
games, but
I mean, the Eagles
think-
might get 5, the Chiefs might get it, the Jets might get it.
I think we get a holiday game. We get 2 Monday night games and 1 Thursday night.
Do you think we'll get one at the end of the season,
you
John?
won't
Like
get
game- like game
I think
17?
you'll get a Sunday night,
Well, it's hard
a
to tell
Monday
'cause
night, a Thursday
that all
night.
depends on the records. I think the flexibility depends on, the records.
Well, yeah, but the game 17 is division anyway, and usually we'll probably be fighting for like division.
I
Right.
know, but I'm just saying like it all depends on where we're seated, Like if it's let's say like the Browns and the Steelers, they have like negative records and they're both like tanking, they're not going to flex into a primetime game.
Yeah, Nate,
Okay.
negative record.
okay. Well, since we're running out of time, we can cover the predictions in one of the next episodes that we'll have. So
Nate,
Yeah.
close us
Alright.
off.
all
Close us
right.
off.
Well, I don't know when the next episode will be, but this is all for today. Thank you guys.
Yep.
Thanks,
Thank
Nate.
you, Nate.
Schedule these
Thank you,
next
Nate.
time.